Hello, everyone. I think I am live now. So let's see who is able to join today for this live demo. I'm gonna try to do a demo. I haven't done a demo on LinkedIn Live before, so bear with me and we'll see how this works today. Let me put my phone on silent here. All right, so if you are joining in, let me know where you are joining from today. And before we get started with sharing my screen, I'm going to, first of all, let me say good evening, everyone. I am here from Atlanta, Georgia area. And before I share my screen, I will say that I will be doing a live demo of how to do a job search on LinkedIn, specifically for non-clinical healthcare quality roles. So if there's a specific role that you want me to highlight or focus on while I'm live or while I share my screen, then let me know and we'll do that. All right, so before we do that, I do want to say a couple of things about job searching on LinkedIn. First of all, I would not encourage you to start doing a lot of job searching until you are really clear with what kind of roles you want to do. So if you're kind of still considering, then don't waste your time applying for a lot of jobs because you'll get frustrated, you'll get burned out, it becomes a full-time job. But if you're clear on what you want to do, or if you're figuring it out, and you just want to see what skills are required, what the employers are looking for, if you want to see, you know, how job postings are done, who's recruiting so you can get to know people, then yes, that's what you want to use this, what we're going to talk about tonight for. All right, so I am going to get ready to share my screen. Hopefully this goes well. All right. But like I said, if you have a specific role you want me to focus on, then I will do that. If not, I will pick my own. So let's see, let me share screen. Let's see if this works live. All right. So let's see, am I sharing my screen? So if for some reason you can't see my screen, let me know in the comments, and I'm just going to pause for a minute because there's a little delay on my side from when I share my screen to when you all actually see it. So if for some reason you can't see it, then let me know. All right, so I am on LinkedIn.com /jobs, or you can just go to your LinkedIn page and see up here, you have home, you have my network, you have jobs, messaging, notifications. So right in the middle is jobs. And so this is what I'm under. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you have my jobs, any jobs that you looked at or applied for, any job alerts. If you want LinkedIn to recommend skills that you can demonstrate, or if you want to demonstrate some skills, and you have some other options over here that LinkedIn provides for you. You will see up here that it says retry premium, which means I am not a premium member, so you don't have to be a premium member to use this feature. All right, so let's say we want to look for a quality improvement specialist, right? Or performance improvement specialist. So I can go up here in the search bar. Now, when I'm searching on here, I'm searching specifically for the job. So you can search by title, skill, or company. Thank you, Gabriella. You see my screen, great. All right, so I'm going to put performance improvement specialist up here in the search bar. Hi, Julie. All right, so you can see on the left-hand side, all of these different jobs come up all over the nation. So if I wanted to narrow that down, I could narrow. So just looking at it now, there's 1,200 results. So I can narrow it down by the date posted. I can narrow it down by company, by job site, on-site or remote. If I wanted to look at a specific location, I could do that as well. But for purposes of this, I'll just leave it at 302 results that we have. So you can see there's lots of results here that we could look at. So on the right-hand side of the screen, this first one that comes up is the performance improvement specialist in White Plains, New York on site. Now I am in Atlanta, so I'm not applying for this job, but I will show you just for this purpose. You can see it's full-time entry level. This is what's put by whoever posted the job. You can see all about the job here, the purpose of the position, all of that, and about the company. Now this is a computer software company, so I didn't specify healthcare in my search. So I'm going to go to a healthcare one. I'm going to go to Methodist Healthcare System. In this example, coordinator performance improvement, and I can see about the jobs. Now, one thing I will say is here at the top, and this is what confuses a lot of people, you will see it says 2 applicants here. So if this was a role that had like 200 applicants, sometimes it deters people from applying for the job. But I will say that this does not really mean anything. You shouldn't really go by it. And I'll show you why. If I hit the apply button here, it's going to take me, you can see the arrow is going to take me off screen to another site. It's going to ask me, do I want to share my profile with the person who posted this position? In this case, I don't want to. But if you were applying for the job, maybe you would want to. I'm going to go to continue. And it's going to take me to the website for this particular job. In this case, it's HCA. And it's going to pull it up here. So if I go back to where I was on LinkedIn and I refresh my screen, let's see if I can find that same job. Let's see, where was it? Okay, here it is. You can see now it says 3 applicants. So it counts me as having applied for the job, even though I didn't apply for the job, just because I clicked the apply button. And so that's why I would say I would encourage you to still apply. If you're interested in something, don't let this number up here deter you from applying. The other thing I will say is when you're looking for jobs, you look for them on LinkedIn, you can search for them on LinkedIn, but when you actually apply for them, even for the easy applies, I would encourage you to instead apply on the website itself. When you get into their system, so if there's other jobs that come available, you will know about it first. Sometimes it's before it's even posted on LinkedIn or Indeed, if you're using Indeed. But also you can see, more about the company as well. All right, so for this particular role that we randomly picked, I can see that this role is on site, it's in Texas. I can look at the essential duties of this role to see if it's something I'm interested in, something I think I would be good at doing. Qualification, you can see education, bachelor's degree in nursing or other healthcare related fields. So if I just stopped at nursing, I might not apply. But I have another healthcare related field, so therefore I would feel comfortable applying for this role if I liked what this role was doing. Experience, minimum of 2 years of hospital quality management experience is required. This one, once you have a Texas license, CPHQ is preferred, so it's not required on this particular role. Some people will let the preferred deter them, but some employers will pay for that CPHQ for you. And then you can learn about the company and all of that. So I'm gonna stop there for just a moment and see if there are any questions about this part so far. All right, so let me see if I can find one where there is a recruiter. Sometimes you will see where, so like this particular one, you see there's a salary posted. So that's good. It tells you mid-senior level. It tells you the salary that the actual employer put on there. And so LinkedIn posted that here. This is a performance improvement coach. So this looks interesting. Bachelor's degree is required. Master's is preferred. Does it say anything about needing just a nurse? Base salary 89 to 143. So that's pretty good. All right, so let's see. Excuse me. I'm looking for one. And it'll tell you if your connections are working here. So if you know somebody, you can always get a, if they know about the job, you can always get a warm connection where they introduce you to somebody there. And I'm just randomly looking for, okay. So this is one that I want to show you, but up here, let me show you something else first. So here you see the LinkedIn Easy Apply, where you can just click the button and it'll kind of send your profile information or your resume to the hiring people. I will tell you, even though it looks easy, I would still still encourage you to go to the employer's website and apply there. All right, so for this particular one, let's say this is the hiring team. And so it says job poster. So he posted this particular role. And so this is an opportunity for me, even before I might want the job, if I was looking at this job, to message him, right? To get to know the recruiter and get to know more about the job, get to know, what's required, if the job description can be changed, if that's in question or something like that. Or for me to get to know who is hiring. I can see here that he's third in my line. So if there was someone who was connected to him that was also connected to me, then I could use that to help make an introduction, or for them to make an introduction for me. So this particular job that I randomly picked, it says bachelor degree in healthcare related field, state nurse licensure, state RN licensure, or certification in the healthcare field preferred. So you can see that a nurse or an RN is not required. You can have other allied health degrees as well. And so I could message him here if that's what I wanted to do. Again, this says 10 applicants, but that just means 10 people hit this apply button, and you don't really know how many people applied or not. And you can keep going down from here looking at that. Now you can also, up here at the top in the blue, you can set an alert. So let's say you want LinkedIn to notify you when new jobs that seem like they fit this role or this title come available, then LinkedIn will send you an email or however you want them to notify you, and they can do that. You can also go here to the right where you can see the ellipses, 3 dots. And you can send feedback about the job if you want to do that. You can also forward this job to someone else on LinkedIn. You can post it on a feed if you wanted to, send it in a private message. You can copy it. You can share it. Otherwise, if you know somebody else who might benefit from that job, then you can do that here also. All right, so what questions so far? Any questions? Okay, so I'm gonna pick another random role so we can see this again. And now LinkedIn is gonna kind of save this search. So next time I come on LinkedIn, it'll show me roles like this. But let's look at clinical data analyst. And let's see what LinkedIn has for this. And we want, let's say we want full-time. And let's say we're looking for a remote position. The other thing I will say, or let's say, let me pick a company. So let's find a healthcare company here. So some of these aren't healthcare. Let me do a different job so I can show you all something else. Let's do quality, or let's do healthcare quality improvement. Okay, I will go over that in just a second, Julie. All right, so healthcare quality improvement, let's find a company and let's do Ascension, because I know that's a hospital. So, okay, so this is a one, they actually want a nurse, but I'm just going to show you for this purpose to see, okay, so now I'm looking at jobs, but I can also look for people, right? So I can look for people who work in healthcare or who work in healthcare at that company. And I can then reach out to them and say, hey, I see you with this role. I'm interested in this role. Can you tell me more about it? And a lot of people are willing to do that. Okay, so going back up here so I can set an alert here. Yes, so for healthcare quality improvement in the United States, well, let me narrow this down a little bit more and I'll show you how to set an alert over the past week. And I'm gonna say full-time, and we're gonna say remote in this example. And so now we have 71 results and we're gonna set an alert right here. And so, you know, down here in the left, it says manage alerts. And so I can click that. It's going to take me to a manage alerts page. And then it can tell me, you know, what alerts or how I want to set, or how often I want to get notified, email, daily, weekly, whatever it is. And then here you can see when I go back to this screen, you can see my recent job searches. These are the ones I just did with you all. And you can see they're sitting here to show me all the recent job searches. So I can always clear this out. Or next time I come to the screen, I can just go here and say, okay, you know, what new jobs has come up since the last time I looked at it, right? And then I can always change my filters if I wanted to. The other thing is when you're on this page, which is just the jobs page, the initial page, you can scroll down and see what other jobs are recommended based on what LinkedIn is learning about you. And you can see who's hiring in your network. So somebody that you're connected to, you can use to get an introduction. You can see people who are still hiring or actively recruiting. Now, I will say LinkedIn doesn't always pull the exact right job titles. Sometimes you'll see things that are way off base, but it does give you a good idea. It also depends on how you've put your search in. And so you can just keep going down and see how many other roles are available based on what you're looking for. And then you can also do a resume builder or update your application settings in here if you want to really use LinkedIn in that way. I have not used LinkedIn in that way to build a resume or anything, but you can do that in here. Yeah. All right. Now, one last thing I will show you is, I did it briefly, but I'm going to go into a little more detail here. So let's say you find this role that you want, and we'll call it performance improvement well, let's see, I'm still on the job page. So I'm going to go to my home page. All right, and I'm going to go to performance improvement specialist here and see who in my network has that role. The here will also show me jobs that match that title. And it'll show me people in my network who have that role that I can reach out to find out more about that role, what they like about it, what they don't like about it, what they like about their, their employer. I can also go here, performance improvement specialist by people. And again, pull up people with that job title. And then I can narrow down by the company. So if there's a company that I'm targeting, then I can, and I'm just going to pick Kaiser in this example. I can see people with that title who also work at that company or who have had that title in the past and have worked at that company. And I can use that as an opportunity to connect with them and get to know them and get to know more about the role. Or to ask questions if the person is open to that. And I find that most people are, if they check their LinkedIn messages regularly, then they're probably going to be willing to answer your question. All right, so let me stop sharing. And I will see if there are any other questions. Oh, thank you, Gabriella. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. So if there are any questions, let me know. I have thought about doing like a more formal training on this at some point because I think LinkedIn can be used in so many ways to help the job seeker. And then the other thing I'll say is I find that once people get the job, they stop getting on LinkedIn, but you really need to continue to build those connections because you never know when you're going to need them next. I mean, we've seen lots of layoffs, and then you don't want to seem like all of your interactions with people are transactional. And so it's good to get to know people before you quote unquote need them. And I've met some pretty amazing people on LinkedIn and connected with them off of LinkedIn, done virtual chats, met people in person. And so I find that it's a very good platform for people, not just when you need a job, but ongoing in your professional career. All right, so if you have any questions, reach out to me by direct message. I'm pretty quick to respond for the most part, or you can leave it in a comment here and I will do my best to answer. I will talk to you all later.